It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tuned into World Combat Sports.
Hello, once again, thanks for tuning in. You're listening to World Combat Sports. Salute to each and every one of you. It's about that time once again, Thursday, to give a salute to the laborers, the blue-collar workers, those out there making a living for their family. You know what I'm saying? Going through these times, these tough times in life, and in this world with everything going on with the COVID. And no, I'm not here to basically advocate for you to get your motherfucking shot. Get it whenever you feel like it. But salute to all the ones in the chat, the millions in attendance. You know what I'm saying? The millions in attendance. Appreciate you for pulling up for WCS and dropping your donations and your likes. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. Let me get my thumbnail up here so we can talk some serious business that not many people are talking about but me. That's what I do. You know, shout out to boxing and MMA combat sports, man. Beneath the umbrella of the World Combat Sports banner, we have Conor McGregor and we have Jake Paul. Both Caucasian individuals that compete in combat sports, but more so to say and clarify on different levels. It's just absolutely insane that both of these guys right now are probably getting the same energy when it comes to the World Combat Sports community. It is unfucking believable what we're witnessing here. And look, maybe some fighters will sit up here and take it upon themselves to do more. Because this one I'm about to talk about Conor McGregor. And you probably heard some of the stuff I'm about to mention, but I just have to give an overlay of how did he rise to stardom, right? You know, a guy who came in here that was talking, very undersized at 145, came in looking like skin and bones. You know, he started to defeat the Dennis Silver and the Eddie Chad Mendez from Team Alpha Male. You know, defeated them. Even though Mendez had a short count, he finally was able to, get a title shot with Jose Aldo, who's currently the champion at featherweight at the time, 145. He stopped him in 13 seconds, and that right there, it pretty much gave him his first jetpack. That was the first left side of the jetpack right there. Him basically KOing Jose Aldo with somewhat the same energy that you've seen when Jorge Masvidal KO'd Ben Askren. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. It was the shot heard all around the world, and it was a basic knockout. Both fighters, unleashed their power punch, and Conor landed first. Knocked Jose out in 13 seconds. Oh, my God. You couldn't tell Conor McGregor anything. But myself, World Combat Sports, I wasn't sold on Conor McGregor back then. And then I hear Diaz coming back, right? Because the Diaz brothers was doing this Conor McGregor shit long before Conor McGregor was doing it. They was the original OGs of the game, Nate and Nick, the Stockton OGs. They just didn't get the credit. They was disliked. People didn't want to show them any good attention. They were just saying, fuck you. You're just talking a lot of shit. But if you bring in a dude with an accent from Ireland with a different type of swag to him, they say, oh, yeah, we like him. But the Diaz brothers was doing this shit already. So Nate Diaz came back. Dana White obliged him with a fight at 170 with Conor McGregor. So at this point in time, people thinking that Conor McGregor is no way, shape, or form can be defeated. This man is the next big superstar. There's no way Nate Diaz is going to do it because Conor hasn't lost since he's been in the UFC. Yes, he did arrive with 2 losses, but he hasn't lost since he's been in the UFC up to that point. So Dana White makes the fight, y'all. makes the motherfucking fight. Oh man, was it on and popping? Was it Independence Day in that bitch? They was throwing some bombs. No defense. No defense. I mean, it was absolutely tit for tat, TNT. You throw, I throw type of fight. We start to see Conor McGregor lungs start to pant just a little bit. They was pulsing, they was throbbing, that acid building up in him, and you could tell he was running out of motherfucking steam. Diaz was taking punishment, bleeding all over the place like Diaz do with all that scar tissue, and Conor got so tired. In the second round, he went in for a shot. Let that sink in for you. Conor McGregor is exhausted from throwing punches. He changes level and attempts a takedown. It was at this time that Conor McGregor knew he had fucked up. Yes, he did. Conor McGregor knew he had fucked up when he shot in on the black belts trained by Cesar Gracie. He knew it. What Nate Diaz do? Oh, little nigga, you want to shoot on me, nigga? What's this we talking about, cuz? You want to shoot in on me? Black belt BJJ, certified by Cesar Gracie. Diaz brothers been fighting forever and a day. He was teenagers when he was fighting grown men. He quickly took the back, and when he ran his right hand across the throat, he did it rough too. It was nothing soft, and be safe, be precious. Just be careful with that. Just be careful. No, he ran that motherfucker across. Usually that's what you're supposed to. You run that hand across, with a fist, and goddamn it, you can damn near knock your opponent out shooting for RNC choke from behind. He already had his hooks in him, man. He soaked that choke in, and Conor McGregor was over. It was only a matter of time. He was trying his best to hold it, and it was a wrap. He tapped, right? So after the fight, I was curious to know what the fans said about Conor McGregor. Would they abandon him? Would they start to boo? No, these motherfuckers still cheered him on. I was like, here we go. These motherfuckers still cheering him on like, don't worry about it, Conor. You'll be back. You'll be back. You're our hero. You'll be back. I've never seen somebody lose such a big fight, even though it wasn't a title fight. I believe they still show Conor McGregor love because he was still champion. And really, it was somewhat of a win-win for Conor because he was still the featherweight champion, but he went up there to make money. He went up there to, pretty much advance his legacy as a fighter. He was going in there with a top-tier name. That's what Conor McGregor was doing. So they came in back for the rematch, and I was just praying. I would say, hey, I hope this fight is all and every bit of the first. What I do understand is that Conor is not going to shoot in on Nate Diaz. That's not going to happen because we all know Conor at that time was a white belt in BJJ, and he lacked the ground skills to compete with Nate Diaz, period. Even a tired Nate Diaz. It just wasn't going to happen. So he comes back in for the rematch, and, they give us the stand-up striking game, but it really wasn't any clinching up against the cage or any takedowns, and no one was really in trouble. It was just one of those, punch out of distance. He knocked down Diaz a couple of times, which I think Diaz was trying to bait him in to come and try to do some ground pound and set up a submission. But he won the fight. It wasn't all that exciting to me, but he got the win. He moves back down automatically because Dana White is saying, hey, let's ride this train while the coals are hot, right? He goes back down to face Eddie Alvarez, and he stops him in 4. I mean, Eddie Alvarez is the underground king. He's held the belt in every organization. He is considered one of the premier mixed martial artists, but also he's taken a lot of punishment. And Conor McGregor finished him off. Now Conor McGregor, after losing to Nate Diaz at 170, he sustains his featherweight belt, and he comes back and picks up the lightweight belt. So he is the first champ in the UFC. For those of you who've been following the UFC since that time, you know, Conor McGregor was able to talk trash and build up some type of, you know, resistance, some type of attention gainer with Floyd Mayweather. And it worked. It was geniusly planned by both fighters. And they walked away with millions after Conor was stopped in the 10th round. They walked away with several million. It took Conor forever and a day to decide to come back to the cage to compete. Because you know well as I do that Conor McGregor, it was probably very, very tough for him to get out when he was get out and train after his bank account was looking the way it did. Let me get these two. Tone Brown in the building. Salute my brother. King Mitch, what's good? What's good? L Dub in the building. Salute to you. Be sure to check out L Dub, man. Always on at work doing his thing. King Mitch, McGregor was ready to go. That sorry ass shot attempt by McGregor was him saying he put me out of my misery. And Sir Nate, yeah, for real. Ohio's run boxing in the building. Salute to Marcus. What's good, man? Y'all be sure to check him out on IG and his YouTube channel if he's running one. Shout out to Ohio Run Boxing in the building. Appreciate the donation, my brother. Appreciate you. Andrew Charles, what's good? WCS salute. J8 salute. K-Mix, second fight with Nate was kind of close. Conor won though. Salute, chat. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Appreciate you. Real talk. I had to talk about some things, you know. Why? Because I might be on the close. I might be a little bit close of getting an interview with Jake Paul. I'm talking to my people. But anyway, Conor McGregor, just like was said over there, the shot attempt was more so to say, let me get this fight over with before I get knocked unconscious. Anyone who studies this sport closely and knows the fighters, knows some little niche, you know, knows some little intricacies about the fighter, totally understands Conor doesn't want to go to sleep. He refused to go to sleep for a submission, and he doesn't want to get knocked out. That's one of Conor's big pet peeves. He does not want to get knocked out or put to sleep in a submission. Before he goes to sleep in a submission, he will tap. I promise you that. But back to him going down and winning his belt. He became the 50th victory on Floyd Mayweather's record. And though it's so much criticism I have for this, it's not about Floyd at this point in time. It's all about the amazing rise and fall and rise of Conor McGregor. I mean, just unfucking believable. I mean, I'm talking about his legendary run. But this guy is becoming legendary, period. Period. This dude committed one of the worst acts I ever seen by a combat fighter by tossing a truck dolly in a glass and breaking the window, receiving 5 days community service, punching an old man in a pub that he just bought, and he banned the guy from coming back up in there. And come to find out, the reason why he punched the guy is because he bought him some proper 12, and the guy was complaining about it. So he bought the pub right now. Anyway, Conor McGregor returns back to the sport through pulling. I mean, I'm talking about prime. He don't have any belts. They're just trying to do a search party on Conor McGregor. Finally, he returns to face Khabib. Khabib is the man at the time, and the man before Khabib was indeed Conor McGregor. They fight. he subs out Conor McGregor in the fourth round via a fulcrum choke. Fulcrum chokes are they seem to be a rear naked choke, but they are applied differently. It's more so like a choke with a neck crank, right? So he defeats Conor McGregor. Boom, he takes that loss. Didn't too many people sit up here and criticize Conor McGregor? He has no belts. He comes back and take his second loss in the UFC. And we're thinking to ourselves, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Is he going? Is he going to be good? He's going to do what? What's going on with Conor? So he comes back. He fight Donald Cowboy Cerrone, who didn't want to be there at all. He comes up here doing some shoulder thrust and kicks Cowboy, and I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. Cowboy didn't want to be there anyway. Boom, beats him, and then he finally gets another shot at a fighter that he destroyed back in the day when Dustin Poirier was green as shit. And Conor McGregor was pretty green back then too, but he was better than Dustin, and he stopped him. But guess what? God damn it. Comes back around, Dustin Poirier inserts some low calf kicks and blasts the shit out of Conor McGregor. Finish him early. And Conor McGregor's excuse was that he was training for a Pacquiao fight. He was more interested in boxing. And you know what? I believe Conor McGregor when he says that. I believe that Conor McGregor was trying to do a daylight heist like Floyd Mayweather and earn himself another bout, a boxing bout, and make millions of dollars. But in the interim, doing his UFC run, he was able to start his whiskey company, Proper 12. And this was promoted the most during the promo of Khabib Nurmagomedov's lead up to their fight. Khabib is a Muslim. It's against his religion to do this. But multiple times during the promo, which was one of the most disrespectful promos you'll ever see in mixed martial arts, Conor kept offering Khabib a shot of Proper 12 whiskey. And Dana White allowed it. Dana White not only allowed this disrespect, but, he was just basically understanding that Khabib can take the drink or he don't have to take the drink. He tried to act like he wasn't trying to put the cup over there. I mean, he even used some of the promo of Conor throwing the dolly of the truck leading up to this fight. It was just all fucked up. And that's why the fight ended the way it did. Even with that said, the Khabib and Conor aftermath, Khabib was fined about 500 stacks, y'all, $500,000. And Conor McGregor was only fined $50,000. And it was his boy that was outside the cage. If his boy would have been somewhere inside the cage, it wouldn't have been such a high fine for Khabib, but he jumped over the cage. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What I want to praise Conor McGregor about is the fact that as a fighter, and I hope a lot of fighters are listening, you all have to stop waiting for someone on a higher level of celebrity status in life to give you all these quotes that they rehearsed and they've written down and they put these quotes on Facebook. I ask that you come up with your own quotes. Find a way to get some type of sponsorship so you won't have to live off boxing for past your time. Conor McGregor started a whiskey company. No, a whiskey, a brand name whiskey. I've tasted it. Don't taste that good. I'm not hating. I'm not a whiskey drinker. This man has sold his share, which his partner was 49%. So, I'm not saying his partner is 51% now. But in order for him to have majority share, he had to purchase it. And they purchased for $600 million? $600 motherfucking million? I think we're going to see Conor McGregor, if he chooses to come into this Dustin Poirier fight, fully motivated and in shape, cool. But don't you think, let me ask you this question. Don't you think it'll be difficult for you, me, anybody else, if I just sold shares to my whiskey brand for $600 million Do you think the first thing, because their fight is in June, you think the first area I want to run to is practice? We talking about practice. What I used to do before I was $600 million richer. We talking about practice. We ain't talking about the whiskey I was drinking all the way to the bank. And when, they decided to say, okay, it's time. We met all our monetary requirements. So we're going to buy our share. And that share is going to be 600 million. We talking about practice? Come on, man. Will you go back to training? If you just sold a share for 600 million and you about to get paid much, much less than the 600 million. Conor McGregor stay motherfucking winning, y'all. He's winning even when he's losing if y'all stay close to the game. Conor McGregor is winning when he's losing. This man loses the Dustin Poirier. Renege on his commitment to basically donate to his foundation and sells the majority share for 600 million. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't be headed back to no cage, I'll tell you that. Proper 12, the best liquid gold on the planet, according to PBC last couple of cards. Why? Because they feel like, look, it's a lot that you don't see on TV there, Mitch. A lot of us don't see on TV, right? And that is boxers being sponsored by anything. And when Conor McGregor was sponsored by Proper 12 whiskey, you saw him everywhere on TV. You saw him with commercials as an MMA fighter. You saw him out here making his money. Why can't anybody else do it? You can't say, oh, well, he was able to do this because he went in there with Floyd. Well, how the fuck did he get there with Floyd? He was 2 division champ simultaneously when he went over there and fought Floyd. This cross-threading of fights isn't going anywhere. I'm going to tell you again, this cross-threading of fights isn't going anywhere. I know a lot of people upset. Mark Nash in the building, salute to you. He banned the old man too. That's funny. Pops told him whiskey was shit. Absolutely. And he said, get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck is this guy? You know what I'm saying? He got the fuck up out of here. Break out the red panties, also class in line. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? He has the gift of gab, bro. Andrew Charles, on a serious note, that's pretty wild. Made 600 million. Conor can probably just start doing celebrity fighting, which is really the next level above professional fighting, financially speaking. So let me caveat off what Andrew Charles just mentioned. This is why boxing is going to suffer in his own way in 2021. All right. The man to your left, Jake Paul. I took this picture because he's looking up, because all the bright lights are shining on him, whether people want to believe it or not. They keep looking at how the guy look. They keep looking at him being a douchebag. You know what I'm saying? He's a douchebag. Okay. If you believe with all the allegations that's been against him and all that, remember Conor McGregor had the same ones now. Conor McGregor had sexual assault allegations. He had assault allegations. He had a situation that happened in NYC. He's had several situations. Boxing has individuals that came out of incarceration from all over walks of life. They're still able to compete. So does MMA, right? Jake Paul, he's going through some shit right there. House is raided for having illegal weapons in his home and everything else. That hasn't stopped him from earning money because he has money for attorneys. Now back to the point. Just think about this. Just breathe out for a second. Just breathe out for a second and listen to what I'm about to tell you. And see if it just make you shake your head and say, God damn. What are we witnessing? In 2019, right? Logan Paul fought on the card, right? And I remember when that card went on, the YouTube guys and everything. That place was packed. And I remember hearing some individuals that I wouldn't have thought talking about that fight. They were. And they was watching it, and oh man, it was all exciting. And these guys was not boxers. And you can tell by their technique and everything, they was just street brawling, right? So give or take, let's get up out of that. He lost. So young Jake in 2020, peep this out. He was getting no fucking buzz. None. Nobody was giving a damn about Jake Paul. Nobody was caring. He went in there and won January 2020. We only in 21. He won against a nobody. A dude that's never been spoken about unless you look up a box rec. Months went by. We was in the pandemic. How does a name grow in a pandemic with no fights? How does someone somehow build up back pressure for a name to explode the way it did with Jake Paul in 2020 just because he had a fight with Triller? How does that happen? Because when his brother Logan Paul fought, no one was talking shit about. Nobody was saying nothing about Jake Paul. He goes in here and fight this dude that was a weak individual, very marginal. I'm talking about below standards when it comes to boxing. He was just another YouTube personality. 2020 go by with the pandemic and everything. He comes back on Triller and he's fighting Nate Robinson, which people know him from slam dunking and being the more smaller guy on the court. But Jake Paul is fighting on the undercard of Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. He knocks out a basketball player, and it's almost like it was the Thriller in Matrilla. It was the Thriller in Matrilla. And don't say you heard it before, because you haven't. That was the Thriller in Matrilla. He received credit for knocking out a basketball player face first 3 times. Is that mesmerizing to you? Like, really? When you're thinking about that thought process, do you say to yourself, you need a qualified traffic guard at the point of your synapses? Because that thought should be going back and forth for results. You shouldn't be getting results thinking about that shit. Jake Paul knocked out a basketball player. This guy is receiving more notoriety than boxers. So at one point in time, there were boxers that was hesitant after he knocked out Jake Paul. He's like, he's not going to do anything. Let's just wait. He's not going to do anything. It's just a fad. This is a fad. Boom. He gets Ben Askren, came in there 18-0, knocked out by Jorge Masvidal, and then subbed out by Damian Maia. Ben Askren, coming off a damn hip replacement, did what he could do. Got knocked out. Stopped. So in between time, Jake Paul is at the UFC card and DC walks up to him because he's been talking shit. The OG goddamn pulls up. Why in the hell? Like with me, with Scotty, if I was saying some shit, let's just say I went up here and knocked out a Walmart freaking a cart organizer or a greeter. I went in there and agreed to say hello, and I said, pop, pop. And I get that win on my motherfucking record because I'm a pro. How do I pull in the services of Daniel Cormier? How do I pull in a multi-world champion in mixed martial arts, a legend, a Hall of Famer in DC to come confront me? DC goes directly up to Jake Paul and confront this guy. Keep my name out your motherfucking mouth. I will hurt you. And Jake Paul was pretty much thinking that it was about to be some other type of conversation. He probably felt DC was gonna tell him some shit like, "Hey, I just wanna tell you to your face. I see what you're doing out here, and I commend you for that. I salute you all, everything. I'm being honest here. I'm being genuine. Me being a true combat specialist. What you're doing is amazing. How you bringing all these people to the surface and all these extra followers that you get on social media. We appreciate you. We really do. You're bringing attention to our sport." He actually thought DC was about to come up there and say some shit like that. What DC said was, first of all, he unhosted his index finger. We all know what that means. Because finger pointing can get to finger squeezing, and we all know what that is. So DC points his finger in Jake Paul's face and tell him, pretty much to keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. He called him a bitch. He probably called him a bitch ass nigga too. He just covered his mic. Bitch ass nigga, mention my name again, motherfucker. I'll fuck you up right here, god damn it. You talk all that shit y'all was talking to Tyrone Woodley. Talk that shit to me. I'll take you for a ride on my shoulders quick and you can blink and slam you on your motherfucking neck. So Jake Paul goes to the mic and say some dumbass shit that I expect Jake Paul to say. If Daniel Cormier wants to fight me, I'll sign the line. See, I was walking away. I had the computer on and I heard that shit. So I had to like do an about face. I said, hold up for a second. Did I just hear that bullshit? He said, sign the dotted line, DC. So I'm like, you really want DC, who's about 2.25, 230, 240? The numbers keep rising, 270. We don't know where he at right now, especially as Popeye's Chicken's open. Jake Paul is like 190. So DC say, okay, I'll fight you. You come up to 205, I'll fight you in MMA. And Jake Paul knows damn well if it's any type of money that he wants to make, it wouldn't be that DC money because you would pay for that. He will humiliate you and he will beat you down. Like DC is legitimate, a loose dog. So let me get back to Jake Paul. So he's getting shine from that. Okay, these are worthy. These are reputable fighters. He's getting energy from DC. He's getting energy from Tyron Woodley. What? Now he's getting energy to want to fight Conor McGregor. Now he wants the energy from Nate Diaz. Do you know the trend? Do you see the trend? He's going after mixed martial artists. And he made that perfectly clear from the beginning. He's going after mixed martial artists. But this is the crazy part, y'all. Boxers are showing this nigga love. Boxers are wanting to fight Jake Paul. They're not trying to fight people in their division no more. Just when I was calling Ryan Lion Garcia the biggest ducker in boxing, I'm saying to myself, the boxers are the one that's abandoning what their focus is just to stay boxing. Keep it clean, keep it in boxing. Sir Ken in the building, what's good? Salute to you. World Combat Sports, salute. Salute to the wrenches in the chats, to the chat. The wrenches, and salute to the chat. Smash the like button. I appreciate you there, Sir Ken. Appreciate you. We have boxers showing Jake Paul love. I mean, super love. That they have a reputation, or some of these fighters have belts or had belts, and they want to fight Jake Paul. I mean, they're really serious about this. They really want to get a fight with Jake Paul on Triller. They really want that bag. Will Conor McGregor attempt to pick up some millions fighting Jake Paul? I believe he will. Because if Jake Paul go to Triller, Triller's going to pay Conor. If Conor McGregor go to Triller, they're going to pay him pretty handsomely, man. They're going to pay him nice. It's not going to be 600 million, of course, but he's going to get paid. He's going to be paid really nice. And also, if he's near retirement, Jake Paul might fight Conor McGregor and get a win. If Jake Paul defeats Conor McGregor in a fight in a boxing ring where he's a mixed martial artist still with a name, it's going to be like him. And real talk, it's going to be like him defeating Manny Pacquiao in this era. They're going to give Conor McGregor all the praise in the world for losing, and they're going to look at Jake Paul like, God damn it, you beat a legend. That would be true. That would be true. But this is the shadow of it all. The shadow that's forming is the wave that Jake Paul is on. People was treating it as like a little ripple in the pond. All right? They were just treating this motherfucker like a little wave building. That bitch has turned to a tsunami. If you haven't been paying attention to the water levels and the swell, you're about to. I'm serious. I'm trying to turn you onto some game now. I'm trying to turn you onto some game. Floyd Mayweather. All these motherfuckers been talking. Floyd Mayweather is about to fight Logan Paul June 6th in an exhibition bout. The only Paul brother that was missing was Logan Paul, the one who basically started all. Logan Paul was on the zone and he started it all. He had one of the bigger fights. He's lost, but everybody was like, "Damn, they got paid a lucrative amount of money, and he didn't do too bad." That's what they were saying. Don't even try to put that shit off on me. Then his brother Jake Paul was nothing. You know, they was calling him like a whatever they was calling him. He a loser. He's damn mentally unstable. All that shit. He wasn't getting no love in 2019. No love in 2020 until he came up on the card. Until he started putting out training videos leading up to the card with him and Nate Robinson. And the rest is pretty much history for now. So all the people who thought it was just a wave, that shit is now a tsunami. Because Floyd Mayweather has jumped in and allowed Logan Paul, the brother of Jake Paul, to fight him June 6th in South Beach. How can the Paul brothers take over? With all these boxers, I'm just saying boxing because they boxing, right? How can Floyd Mayweather be the only one that can pull this shit off? How? Now's look, now's freaking Floyd Mayweather, Conor, and the Paul brothers. This is amazing. Every time I turn on or tune in to read something about media when it comes to boxing, Jake Paul's name is in the headlines. And we're not talking about an old article yesterday. We're talking about whoever he thinks to fight. He want to fight freaking Nate Diaz now? Cool. Fight Nate Diaz. Cool. Nate Diaz has pretty decent boxing skills, to be honest. They're slap punches, but he's a pretty good boxer. But he's much more smaller framed than Jake Paul. But check this out though. His brother Logan Paul haven't been getting no shine in 2020. He didn't do shit. He's 0-1 as a professional fighter. Now he's getting stupid, crazy, dumb attention. You know how many people are going to be down there in Florida to see that Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight? It's people already saying that shit's gonna exceed 1 million PPV buys. It's people that's already talking about checking out the fight. They might not say it on social media, but check this out. The ones that saying they're not gonna buy it, they're gonna buy it. Because this is where the yin and the yang come into effect. They're hating on Triller for what it's been able to do and how they've been able to move, right? They got a true legitimate boxing match over there. But when it comes to boxing right at this time, Floyd's seniority and his legendary status in the sport is superior to that of Teofimo Lopez right now, right? Well, we know that. So the same people that was over here dogging out certain fights that's on Triller, such as Jake Paul, Ben Askren, and they want to shut down, any interest in the promotion. The same promotion that was able to get Teofimo Lopez the most money he's about to get paid in his boxing career. They're gonna turn right back around once they're dogging a Paul brother, and they're gonna go over here and watch Logan Paul only because he's fighting Floyd Mayweather. And their reasoning for that, like I said the other day, they're gonna feel wholeheartedly that they're supporting Floyd Mayweather. So we went over here to see this because Floyd Mayweather's fighting this dude. We just want to see him get knocked out. Why? You think Logan Paul can't get knocked out? Just look at his box rec picture. Just look at his box rec picture. Anybody can knock him out. They'll say, hey, I'm going over there to support Floyd Mayweather. That's it. I'm going to support Floyd Mayweather. But you won't support Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos because it's a mandatory. And this is between two legitimate boxers. It's pathetic. Real talk. King Mitch, I saw a clip of Jake Paul impersonate Dana White and McGregor. Shit was hilarious. It was, man. I have to agree. That shit right there was hilarious, man. I had to watch it maybe like 4 or 5 times, man. And whoever was putting those little costume things on, that shit was hilarious than a motherfucker, dog. These boxers know they won't get a fight with Jake Paul. Some of them will if they have a big name. But see, once again, this is where it comes into play with the Paul brothers. Look at their boxing record. And then you think about how choosy they are. They're not going to fight anybody from the boxing arena. They're going to selectively choose a mixed martial artist. Not just any mixed martial artist. They're going to choose the one that they feel has a big enough name and a tad bit over the hill. Seriously. Seriously, man. Smart. He keeps winning. He's 3-0. He keeps winning off names that's damn near out the sport. Heading into retirement. And look, how long has it been since Nate Diaz fought? How long has it been since Nate Diaz stepped into the damn cage? I really don't think people care about that. They just want to see now a fighter that's getting the same treatment that made Floyd rich. Now you have individuals that's wanting to come see Jake Paul lose. So they're paying to see him fight. Yeah, that's what it is. They already seen Conor McGregor lose. He lost to Floyd. But if he was to come back over here for a rematch, I don't know. I don't know how the fans will receive that, but it's not going to be as big as the first, of course. But a way that he can recoup that interest would be matching up against a fighter like Jake Paul, who doesn't have that background of legitimate combat skills. He hasn't competed at the highest level as Conor McGregor. He hasn't owned any belts. So that's how Conor McGregor can get over and earn a pretty big bag fighting over there on Triller against Jake. And yes, people will tune in for that shit. Oh, yes. And guess what? Conor McGregor is what? In boxing? 0-1. So either two things: Logan Paul fights Conor or Jake Paul fights him. I'd rather see Jake Paul because he's a better fighter. It's a fact nobody gave a fuck about the Gibb fight. My 16-year-old nephew beats Gibb goofy ass. Yeah, Gibb was one of the most super goofy fighters I ever seen lace up some glove and fight on national TV. It was just unfucking believable what I was watching play out. 2019, no one was really talking about in the boxing scene. No one's speaking of Jake Paul. Logan Paul, after that little church fan stopped the little breeze he was getting. His brother Jake came out and fought a little fight 2020. That shit went away until the damn sparring videos where he collected a group of YMC damn stock boys and say, hey, you want to make $25? We're going to put you on prime time. They say, sure, you're a YouTube sensation. I'm pretty sure it's going to be cool. Okay. You ever been asleep before by force? No, it's not time for me to go to sleep. It's early in the day. I know. We're going to put some headgear on you. And, you're going to take a couple of punches. You cool with that? Well, I'm going to take some punches. I want you to just increase my pay a little bit. How about $35? Okay, cool, dude. You in? Yeah. Once you hear the bell, start swinging. Okay. He's up here beating up Walmart and YMCA motherfucking workers. Administrative clerks. Then he started getting buzz in the media. And then all of a sudden, the grand matchup came to fruition. He's fighting Nate Robinson, who ran out from the corner like he was chasing down a loose ball. Had no sparring before that match. But that's not even the point right now. My point is, other fighters, you need to find a way to get sponsorship. You need to find a way to raise your outside stock to the point where you see all this going up. Man, I know people are gonna say, man, don't always put race into it. Find a way to do that shit, man. Because when we mention ideas to one another, people just don't want to hear it because they didn't mention. They act like they don't want to hear it because they're not the originator. They're not the creator. We can work together. It's so much shit out here that fighters can. How many fighters do we have in boxing that we know of that gets sponsorship that's on TV from a brand of anything across the board? We have fighters winning championships all the time, but they're not sponsored by anything. Create your own brand, grow your brand, take your money, your purse, invest it wisely. So you won't have to listen to Floyd Mayweather say, Floyd, how did you do it? You've basically earned billions over the years. Well, first of all, make smart investments. Smart investments. That's first and foremost, smart investments. Could you tell us something? No, you see it. You see it in the garage. Smart investments. But can you give us a little bit of info as to what investment? Smart investments. And you know what? You have to do it just like I do. You have to get it from the bottom like I got it. No one was telling me right off the back where they was investing their money. I had to go out here and find it for myself. That's what Floyd would do. Have Floyd let on any of his fighters at TMT onto the investments that he's making all this lucrative money off of? Has he? I'm not saying he has to. I'm just saying, did he? Did at some point in time, is somebody else in his stable rich like him? Or do they all ride those electric scooters up to the gym and just drop them off? Somebody tell me. Appreciate you, Mike Lewis. What's good? What's good? What's good? Appreciate you pulling up. Canelo trying to boss up for real. He said he's about to open 90 to 100 gas stations in Mexico called Canelo Energy. You know, Canelo does that, man. I don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame him. I see some fighters that's about to be crazy rich, that's doing things, and people are busy looking at trying to fight them instead of trying to brand themselves to be above them. You know what I'm saying? We know in this world, star power does get you entry points. Some people that want to fuck with you, they say, "Who is this?" "Oh, I'm so and so. You know, I'm the world champion." This. "Oh, okay. I just wanted to stop by and see if you can pick a date for us to talk, because I really want to think about investing in this." You know, I mean, giving away your money so you giving away your money enough to the point where you know you cannot live a luxury lifestyle, but the individuals that you're dealing with in your team believe that in several years you'll get that payoff that you're looking for, that kickback. It's a risk, and a lot of people, that's all they think about, risk. They don't want to take the risk. You got to take a risk. You have to take a risk. We need more boxers. We need more mixed martial artists. Well, it might be hard for the UFC fighters to do it, because I think they have like a something they contract about sponsorship. But with boxers, they have to find a way to do it. I mean, we have boxers that can compete 15 to 20 years in the sport and don't even open up a gym. They don't even attempt to open up a gym or any type of facility where you can have fighters come train. It would be good if boxers actually, you know, maybe 5 of them that made pretty decent money in the sport get together and open up a one-stop shop. See, you don't even have to purchase all the bags at the UFC, the long, heavy bags and all that. You can just make it boxing friendly. You just make it boxing friendly. We don't have that in boxing. We don't have a franchises out there with these one-stop shops where a fighter can sleep, eat, and train. Sleep, eat, and train. And have people working there to monitor and make sure the fighters are doing what they're supposed to do. And of course, it's not going to be free, but it'd be good if boxing start to organize itself and have facilities like this. So when we get to a point like we did in the pandemic, they have somewhere to go train. That's all I'm saying. Or at shoulder punch, kind of put on dude was sick though. Man, that shoulder punch, man, get out of here. John Jones do that shit all the time, bro. That wasn't shit, nothing new. I mean, that wasn't anything new. Can't say one thing I most give Conor credit for. He took that he made off that fight and invested in a real good future on a business level. Man, you ain't never lied. Conor McGregor took that Floyd money. That dude goddamn invested in whiskey. And he hasn't had that whiskey brand too long, but people were buying the fuck out of it because it was his shit. And it was purchased for 600 Mike over. 600 Mike over. I say repeat, 600 Mike over. This is 600 Mike. What do you need? Can I borrow some money, 600 Mike? That'll be a no affirmative. I'm broke. 600 Mike? God damn. I don't like Irish whiskey at all, but apparently some people do. Yeah, the ones that do, you can pretty much find, on the street sleeping real good out on the pavement, in the cracks and crevices. That Irish whiskey had you homeless, goddammit. That shit aged people like milk. Seriously. You wake up in the morning, you say, God damn. I need an IV, insulin shot. I need some goddamn chocolate chip cookies. Something. It's a whole lot of shit ain't right. I need a vitamin C, peach cobbler. D-Ray in the building. What's good? Salute. WCS in chat. So appreciate you, bro. Cabo was a sad fighter that night, though. The one thing I would say, I believe Cowboy when he said he didn't want to be there, but I believe he just threw that fight, came in there and got a check. But yet his very next fight that wasn't that long ago, he went in there and won. You feel me? Like, it's something about Cowboy Cerrone, which is not the topic of discussion today, but Cowboy Cerrone is recycle, recycle, recycle. But what he's also doing is smart. He has his own ranch. He built a facility for fighters to come out there and train on his ranch. They have a place to sleep, food. Plus, it's a lot of extreme activities that Cowboy Cerrone, participate in. He's investing in himself. He's taking punishment. He's investing. Cool cat, smart. Somebody drinking that liquid gold. I know the PBC announcer is tired of saying that shit. Well, hey, you have Ariel Hawani and DC. They have to continue to say Modelo. Their sponsor is Modelo. They have to continue to say that. If that sponsor is giving you money, fuck it, I'm saying it. Tic Tac, Pity Pack, give a dog a bone. Try to buy these new ice cream cones. Some dumb shit like that. I said that they paying good money. I don't care. I do not care. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Lennon Jr. is A-OK. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying fuck it tonight. I'm not saying the damn sponsorship. Moving on. He's out of a job. Because that sponsorship provides them a lot of revenue, people. But back to my people in the thumbnail, though. How can we change this in boxing? Boxers, boxers don't like to be told what to do. But it would be great if there can be some type of teamwork that you can be the Magic Johnson, the Shaquille O'Neals, the Rick Rosses, and all these individuals. What's his name? Used to play for Kentucky. What's his name? He used to play for Kentucky. I forgot his name, but they bought crazy amount of franchises. Crazy amount of franchises. It's a cat that I competed against in California. Now for him, he started off. He was left an inheritance, so I'm not trying to shy away from him getting it from the bottom. But it's what he did with the inheritance. He started off as a plumber, and I believe his pops left him some money, so he built upon that, right? And this dude had some nice rides. He was a real estate. He turned from a plumber. He turned from a plumber into real estate, right? So he's flipping properties like it's cool over there. But plus he speaks Spanish and English. And I try to tell people in general, let your kid learn Spanish and English because that's going to only double their salary whenever they come up to a point of corporate where they're bilingual. Anyway, this guy opened up a facility where personal trainers can go train. They just pay a fee every month, and they can bring whoever they want up there to his facility and work them out. And the facility is enormous, man. It is fucking amazing. And man, this guy used to go out and eat lunch, work out. We competed on the same stage together. He was a really good dude. He's a really good dude. But I never really took the interest of asking him. Well, I did one time. He said, I'm just flipping homes. If you want to put an investment on a home, I can guarantee you're going to get some money back off of it. And the money he was asking, he said, listen, I don't buy small houses. I buy money that's going to give me returns. I have my own crew of people who completes the renovation and all that. And then, we take it from there. He said, the only thing you have to do is start off small. The money you make off one house, you reinvest in another house. You make that money, and then that bigger houses I get, you put the money in, and I put my money in, and we'll continue to flip with bigger homes, $1 million homes, right? And he was telling me this. I didn't know him that great then, but he was telling me the plan. But I recently saw a special that they did on him. Oh my God. This dude has like, I don't know how many facilities right now. And I knew him before that shit even went down, when he was still doing real estate. It's money to be made out here, especially in buildings. They putting up buildings down here in Georgia all day long. Find somebody that has that same mindset and motivation, and put your money together. Don't be afraid to work with somebody. If you trust them, I mean, work with them. We need to see more boxers on TV. You don't have to go in there and talk about your fight. It's something that you may be interested in or investing in, that people should be aware about. I mean, it's social media out there. You can get a team of not YouTube, social media influencers to get your name out here. You can pay them for that, and then you can just start building up your network from there. But anyway, it's just incredible what Conor McGregor has did in a short period of time. From his Floyd Mayweather fight, hitting a little rock bottom. From what I heard, he was drinking and partying and doing whatever he's supposed to do. Finally came back, lost to Khabib. We thinking his title fights is over, and plus people saying that Conor has too much money to be fighting in the UFC anyway. And then what does he do? The whiskey that he purchased, he stayed with it, promoted it, and now he's $600 million richer. I mean, with what he made off Floyd Mayweather, whatever he did with that, it has his net worth probably higher than 600 million. I know he has to pay taxes and shit on that, but I'm just assuming that is an incredible amount of money to make. He's absolutely the richest mixed martial artist in the sport. Even Dan Henderson has schools out there in California, but I don't think he's as rich as Conor McGregor, because Dan Henderson took his money and built up his Team Quest. Conor McGregor's just he has a whole lot of fucking money. And Jake Paul is gonna look. What's gonna make a lot of people sick? They keep on talking about Jake Paul messing up boxing, but you have boxers wanting to face Jake Paul. So which is more fucked up? You have legitimate, certified, BoxRec, credible boxers wanting to step in there with Jake Paul, all because he knocked out Nate Robinson and Ben Askren. It's fucked up, dog. Miss say, "Oh, I fuck with Modelo especially." I don't, man. I can't say nothing bad about it, because I think I only drunk it one time. You know what I'm saying? I think I only drunk Modelo one time. I don't drink like that. I probably drink like 3-4 times a year. I don't know. Depending on what it is. Shout out to Pac-Man ATL Tay Jones, man. What's good? If you want to hop on the panel, bro, come talk to me, man, because I just been sitting back. I don't even know what to think. All I saw hands flying and gloves laced. I saw a motherfucker looking like he ready and in shape, ready to fight next week. The Mitts was talking, all that shit. I don't know. But the only thing I can imagine, if Tay Jones is talking about his own, it's only one situation we waiting on. That's Deontay Wilder trilogy with Tyson Fury. That's what I want to know. For sure. What's good today?
What's going on with it?
Chilling, man. How your honeymoon going, man?
That's going good, man. Just chilling,
That's what's up, man. Congrats once again, man. Enjoy that marriage life.
Oh, for sure. I appreciate that.
Man, what you talking about your song? I heard Telly hit the mic. There, Telly came on and said he ain't fight nobody until you fight Deontay.
Exactly, man. But you know, man, Michelle Joy Phelps always running her damn dick sucker. You know how that go. But
You
you
know
know,
she rock with them heavy.
yeah, all of a sudden she do when she ain't got no work. But you know, in order to
Hmm.
get some work, she gotta play. She gotta play. You can pretty much say devil advocate. You know what I'm saying? And here we are. You know, but she on that side. She can stay on that side. So you know, she want to get any interviews, anything. She know she got to go through me. So with that being said, she knows she won't be getting any.
Shit, motherfucker Tay is a gatekeeper over that Bob squad. God damn it!
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
All traffic goes through Tay when you want to get to Deontay.
Oh yes, sir, most definitely. But you know, it's just crazy how you know how powerful my tongue is. I've been saying this a little over a year now. You know what I'm saying? That you know, hey, they can make all these assumptions about who gonna fight who and who gonna do what and all this other stuff. But I knew all along what was going on behind the closed doors. But at the same time, people tell me I'm the gatekeeper, and I'm just lying for Deontay, or I don't know what I'm talking about. This, a whole bunch of stuff. But all of a sudden, when that thunderstorm go away, you don't hear nothing. And that's what's going on now.
They picking dates. They picking day. Well, they gave us the 30-day calendar, right? That shit expired. Then they
Hmm.
came up a week or two later talking about Saudi Arabia with a 60 million site fee and then raise it up to 150 million site fee.
Hmm.
Both of them getting 75 to 80 and all this other bullshit. But what I like most is the video.
Hmm.
The video he came
Hmm.
out with. That's what I like. Why? Because it was so many people up here talking. They haven't seen Deontay. Is he training? Is he ready? He out of the sport? And he bring out a video in black and white here in the midst with Malik.
Hmm.
What were they at, man? Were they in one of the rooms in Malik's training quarters, or was he at home?
Nah, he out west right now, but
Oh, he out west. Okay.
yeah, he out west right now. But like I said, man, Deontay been training. It's not for me to really say too much about it, you know what I'm saying, or during that time, but he been training, you know what I'm saying. Actually, he was training 2 times a day, you know what I'm saying. But people can make all the speculation things that they want. But he looked damn good in that video, and everything that he's been working on definitely looks great. You can tell all his movement is on point. I mean, he looks sharp. He knows exactly what he needs to work on and what he needs to do. But I think of course we all know that the mitts don't hit back, but at the same time,
Hmm.
just to see him do that, it make people like, damn. I even seen ESPN ringside say bomb squad. I even seen ESPN Sports Center supposed to one a couple of his knockouts. So I'm thinking to myself, all this time y'all bash this man. Why now? Because they see a video, but they
Hmm.
they know what time it is, man, and it's on and popping. That's the only thing I can really say.
Man, I know you pull up to my zone and popping. Hey, I want you to explain.
Shake, Jack, here we go. That's it. One, shake. That's it.
You cut out.
One, shake. That's
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Here.
He working on his defense. Look light on his feet too, man.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I said,
That's
man,
it.
they've been working. You know what I'm saying? I know he's been working all along. It's not surprising to me. This is stuff that we was working on in, Miami and things of that nature. So um he's doing a marvelous job, and I just can't wait to see everything else that we're working on come about, for this next fight. So
Man, that's crazy. So many people was talking about how long he been out the ring when
mm,
Tyson been out the same ring the same amount of time. But I'm looking at Deontay. That motherfucker look like he ready to fight next week.
Man, we been ready to fight.
This dude, like, what, 220? What he's sitting at right now? 225, something like that?
Oh, I really don't supposed to be discussing the weight,
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
but it's gonna shock a lot of people. Yep, the weight gonna shock a lot of people. I know that. But like I said before, he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. And like I said, we've been training, man. You know, we was in Miami training, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
this doesn't, shock me for what he posted, him and Malik posted. Um, I'm not sure if you see my Instagram. Me and Malik, we talked yesterday. We was on FaceTime with each other for a good bit yesterday. So, everybody doing what they're supposed to do as a team. You know what I mean?
Be sure when you hit those FaceTimes and conference call with Malik, add World Combat Sports in there too.
Oh yeah, you know what was crazy about that, because I had already told him, I discussed with him a lot. I got people lined up want to do interviews with you. He said, "Oh yeah, for sure, we're gonna get to him." When he tell me he's ready, then definitely I got you.
Man, I know you get around to it when you get around to it. Most of the information I get behind the scenes anyway, but it's just good to see that it's been so many people just bashing Deontay. It's been bad, and then they put up a thumbnail time they see him working out, and all they want to do is say, "Okay, how did he look?" You get people saying he looked the same. He's still doing the same thing. They ain't trying to see no good in it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they don't have to. They don't have to. But the
But
good
I
they
can tell
don't.
you this, Tay, his legs didn't look like that February 22nd.
No sir.
He wasn't moving light on his feet like that. He was holding on to the ropes, trying to stand the fuck up.
Yeah, man. So did Alexander Povetkin, but we ain't gonna go there though.
Man, Alexander Povetkin, they gave him a shot of Corona in both legs before he came down that bitch.
Or something, man. But you know, they want to be on the top so bad they're gonna try any and everything. But we're gonna see what happens this go around.
That's what's up, man. Do you have any like estimate time frame that we're gonna get some news? Or it's better for you not to say anything.
I don't have an estimate time, but I know it's gonna be very soon.
I'm heading out to the West Coast tomorrow, man. I'm doing a search and rescue.
Yeah, for
I'm doing
sure.
a search and rescue, just going from point to point. Y'all seen Deontay? What Deontay at? Somebody gonna come off it,
Yeah, man. It's
catch him running on the beach.
no man. He doing a lot of stuff, man. Doing a lot of stuff, and I just like I said, I just can't wait. I just can't wait to that day. You know what I mean? And like you said earlier, everybody just been had so much to say about him, and it's just funny how the tables has turned. Funny.
Yeah, we got rats that act like they were supporting him when it was all good, but all of a sudden turn on him and want to get on the bandwagon since they talking undisputed so much.
Yeah,
I
but
just hope Deontay don't let them rats back in close enough so he can smell the cheese on their breath.
no, no, no. He taking a whole different approach. But like I said, a lot of these guys they don't understand what they did to themselves. You know what I mean? And Deontay understood that he gave a lot of people a lot of energy that he shouldn't have given the first go round. But I promise they won't reciprocate the same energy the second go round. And on not only that, they have to come through me to get the interviews or anything else. So, you know, they were like, well, we can just talk to the guy at PBC.
Go ahead. Good luck with that.
Yeah, he got to talk to me too.
Send him 30 emails and see if he get back with you.
Right,
Shit, he ain't gonna get back with nobody, dog.
right. He got to go through me too.
That's good news, man. That's good shit, bro. We waiting for real. We waiting for the announcement. We waiting for everything. And as small as it is, it's big to me that Telly will finally say what she said. And people ran with it. People was like talking about it as if she's a boxer. Like they said, and Telly say you ain't fight nobody till you fight Deontay.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to understand in a position that I actually talked to them, what they were, yesterday. Yeah, I talked to both of them yesterday. We was at dinner, but yeah, man. I look at it from Telly perspective. That's her husband. You know what I'm saying? And husband, fiance, however you want to put it. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, she's sitting there, she's seeing all of this, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you know what I mean? Of course, she playing, her role or whatever. I've been speaking out. Marcelo said his piece or whatever. But at some point in time, man, you know, you just get sick of it. And I think that's just, I think that's what happened with Taylor. She just got sick of it. And I'm quite sure she's tired of hearing the same bullshit going around. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you just gotta let those expressions flow. And that's exactly what she did.
True words, man. I believe all that because she hasn't been on the mic talking about boxing at all.
Right.
At all. J8 said, is Malik the head trainer?
We'll see fight night.
Okay. That's your answer there, J8. Short, quick, and simple, straight to the point, like a motherfucking check hook.
There it is.
So what's next for you, man? I know a fight card going down. You got Hot Rod on deck. I think he's the main event at the Cosmopolitan right this weekend.
Yeah, he is.
And I don't know who else on the card is
Yeah, I'm going to
Mac
check
Truck.
out. I'm going to check out Ray Barlow. It's his first fight in about maybe 3-4 years. I just think
20,
I think he a
is that
good.
the dude that's 20 some fights or something?
No. Ray
Oh,
Barlow. He has maybe like 4 or 5, I believe, maybe
okay.
4. But I
Yeah.
just want to go check him out and give him also full support because I know it's been a couple fights. He's supposed to have had a lot of fights by now, but his fight is always pulling out. And, and I was the same way at one point. People pulling out, things of that nature. So I know how I feel. And he retired for a little bit. I guess you could say with stop boxing, but he retired and he's back, and that's who I'm going to check out. So, but yeah, I definitely support the card. But the only person I'm interested in seeing is definitely Ray Barlow.
Oh, he gonna be on that card.
Yeah, but for
Talking
me,
about your last fight,
hmm
you getting back in the ring, man. It just seemed like you look like a different fighter than previous fights. I don't know if the time off, your body reacted different and the rehydration, whatever. And I guess you was preserved a bit, with the time off and the injury. But you look super strong in that. You know, most people who've been out the ring, even where you was fighting at Buckhead, they might took the time to just use some footwork and feel the opponent out. You went straight to him.
well, part of that, I can't all blame me. I gotta give God thanks first. But the second person I want to thank is my coach Mustafa. He definitely pulled something out of me that he saw when he first met me. Actually, he was supposed to be my trainer with him and Coach Lopez,
Hmm.
years ago. Uh,
Yeah.
but he had a daughter. He had a daughter on the way, so he had to take care of grown man business. And so that prevented us from working with each other. But man, he was supposed to be my trainer a long time ago. But
Hmm.
one thing he always said that he was like, man, I gotta get you back to where I first saw you. Like, man, I know you had a smaller weight class, but when I first met you, was at a bigger weight class, and the way you was hitting those dudes and jumping on them out the gate is what we got to get back to. And that's one of the things that he got me back to. And even this camp that we just had, it wasn't me sparring any small guys. Everybody he put in the ring with me, or everybody he made me get in the ring with, was big. You know what I mean? So and just jumping on those guys, and that's pretty much what he wanted. He didn't care how it looked, whether it was wild, crazy, ugly looking, or if it turned into a brawl. He didn't care. But one thing he wanted was me to get that enthusiasm back that I first had when he first saw me fight. And I thank him for that because I really don't know where it came from. But the third thing, it comes from just hearing all the humiliation in the name tearing on the bomb squad family. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like it was up for me to go ahead and put in that work. And it was crazy. The outcome was, you know, the same amount of time that Deontay knocked out Brazil was the same time that I ended my fight. And how ironic is that? 2 minutes and 48 seconds. you know, and I just wanted to, put a stamp on and let people know, like, man, this shit is serious. You know what I mean? And everybody on our crew can fight. Everybody's solid in my crew. And I just wanted to go prove that, and I did, and it's not gonna stop there because the next person gonna get it worse. So I like I said before, I knew what I was out to do, and I wanted to do it. I actually wanted to do it in a spectacular fashion. It happened in a great form, but I want spectacular. So now I got to put in the extra work, go get the spectacular. This one now on the next fight, I don't see going past shit, probably a minute.
Yeah, man, he definitely a little different, especially salute to Coach Mustafa, man. Um, I know from him being over at the old location he was to the now the one on Glenwood, the Grindhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all seem like it's a whole different type of mentality going on in there, man. I
Everybody,
don't know what the fuck is going on, but them dudes on some other shit.
everybody, it's a grindhouse mentality. Like,
Them boys coming out that motherfucker to fight.
yeah, and that's what it really is. We got to, he's not just a coach; he's a teacher. You know what I mean? That's what the game is missing. The game is missing teachers. And I always, even on my stories, on my Instagram stories, I always say refer to him as my teacher because he's more than a trainer. He's more than a coach. And by him teaching, he's able to point out different things quick, faster than a hurry, and he can help us adapt to different things. Even if he's sparring real hard, he'll stop the sparring and be like, "Hey, this in the third, this in the third." And even when I'm in the ring, he tell the guys what to do against me to help my weaknesses. You know what I mean? So, man, he's just a great teacher, man. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, man. And if y'all don't know who Coach Mustafa is, just look him up on IG. The man got mad followers. But one thing he does that I don't see a lot of other casters on social media as boxing coaches is he's spitting the real in comparison to what he's teaching internal to his gym to what he's taking that particular combination from or that defense or whatever he's trying to teach, whatever movement he's trying to teach. He's going to show you a fighter who did it back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to show you what he's teaching inside that ring.
Yeah.
And you don't see that often.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. If you think about it, like I say, and I want to say this, man, Mustafa should be coach of the year, even though he don't have any, fighters that's out there on the big stage yet. But the man has 5 knockouts within 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The man got, as a teacher, he got 5 knockouts in 3 weeks. So I mean, that should let anybody who's listening, know something. And a lot of people just here in the state of Georgia criticize him. He might get a little criticism from, different places and things of that nature, but they don't really know him. But man, you can't knock what he has done. He has took a pretty much a nobody to the nationals. They was ranked second, which is our heavyweight, Dakari Scott matchup. He got a fighter that he recently just worked with in what was that, Philadelphia this past weekend. And this guy, he's a he doesn't have many fights. He didn't have a long amateur background, but look at what he done with him within 3 months. You know what I mean? So we definitely coming out the mud at our gym, and we definitely working at our gym, and can't nobody deny that.
Definitely, y'all working. No one
Definitely,
can deny that.
definitely,
Y'all definitely grinding it out in there. And most of all, the teachings, y'all soaking that in, the remediation process. Y'all really learning what y'all being taught. And it's
for sure,
showing in these fights.
for sure.
And a lot of people talking about, the fighters in Atlanta right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a buzz is going on. We haven't had that buzz in a long time.
in a long time, man. It's still coming. And then, like I said, at the same time, even what Mustafa was just showing, he was just saying, like, listen, normally a lot of fighters don't fight a southpaw coming off a long layoff. But if
Hmm.
you pressure this guy, you're gonna get him out of there. And that's exactly what I did.
Did the guy say anything to you? Because I had some two funny pictures. One picture that he was looking at you with his lip sticking out. I was like, I wonder if Tay looking at him because somehow your head was cut off at the top, but he was looking at you with his lip poked out. That you knocked him down the second time. Did he say anything to you after the fight?
I actually have that picture. No, he was just like, listen, man, good fight. He was like, man, you can fucking punch.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me I can punch, and I mean, I just knew after I landed the first punch that he didn't want to be in there. I could tell that, but a lot he's a what you call a journeyman, so he fought a lot of guys, and he told me I'm probably like top 3 for his punching.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who who got with you and came up with that creative outfit you had that's much different than what you used to wear into the ring?
Man, that's me, man. I'm the Golden Warrior, you know what I mean, and we're gonna see a different one next time, you know what I mean. And I just like to get creative and bounce ideas off my head. And the guy who made my outfit, we talk a lot, Body Kick Customs, and we bounce different ideas off each other's head. And when I said I want, I am a king because that's what he called me, king. And I was just like, you know what, we're gonna go with this right here. And when I came with that, he was like, yeah, that's the one. But that outfit right there, man, we had the outfit over a year. I had it, I just never wore it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We
Yeah,
got
like
something. We
how
got
you had
something
one
crazy
piece of
coming
arm
up.
on the left arm. You had a piece of arm on the left hand, then left arm, and then the mask. I'm not sure you had. Did you have any arm on the right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. He had on one. That's usually the arm they hold their shield on. The shield in.
Right. So we going to war, man. Playtime is over.
Yeah.
Playtime is over. And like I said, I don't go to war. It's time to go to war. But the next outfit gonna be way sick. It's gonna be sick. The next outfit gonna be sick, sick.
That's what's up, man. Keep on coming up with new ideas since you back on the scene, man. And for those of you that tune in, he was out with an injury for a good duration, but some fighters would have ballooned up in weight. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I've seen his ebbs and flows in weight. When it's time for him to get in shape, I don't know how he dropped that shit off. That shit just gone. That shit is gone. You know what I'm saying? Shredded. I don't know how much body fat percent he has when he weighs in. That shit is gone, and then he balloons up the goddamn Leonidas on fight night.
Everybody said, everybody like, damn, you big as hell. Yeah, man. But like I said, a lot of people don't know that, I'm also educated as well. I actually went to school for, exercise science. So a lot of this stuff, I already got in my head how to do. Nobody has to tell me how to lose weight or what to do. Matter of fact, a lot of people come see me just to lose weight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That might be another side hustle. That'd be good for getting fighters in shape down here. That's all about if they take that initiative or not.
Right. Most definitely, most definitely. But my biggest job right now is getting Mac Truck that down in weight. But I can see as I was on my honeymoon, he's definitely been doing things he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, man, I see that too. Yeah, I saw him jump roping and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man. I wanted to ask you a question right quick about, Deontay come back, pick up his title.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you want him to face first after that? That's accessible. That's accessible. He pick up that WBC title. Who would you want to see him fight next?
Personally, man, I just want to go ahead and get Dillian White ass out the way.
Yeah, that's who I want him to fight too. Get that motherfucker out the way.
But then at the same time, it's a lot of fights out there for him. A lot of people don't think, what do you mean it's not that many heavyweights? Yeah, it definitely is. We can go get the new belt holder. We go get him. I forget his name.
Trevor Bryan.
Trevor Bryan, that's it. We go get him. Go ahead and get him out the way.
He didn't call out Deontay Wilder's name though when I asked him who he would like to fight. He said
not.
he'd like to fight Fury or Joshua.
They're not, And then at the same time, Think about what Chris Ariola and Andy Ruiz just said.
Yeah.
They put Deontay third on the list. They put Fury and Joshua second and first. Of course, they're gonna put him third. You know, man. If you ain't never been hit by that shit, you won't understand. But
At
that's
least they
why.
being honest, man. Like they being more honest as boxers than some of these YouTube channels, because the YouTube channels won't even put them in top five of them, and like in the bottom three of the top 10.
Right.
I just think it's more so a lack of well, acutely delusional on their part, because I've seen more fighters take one loss in their career and never receive this much attention, negative attention. It's almost like you got a whole group of unemployed life coaches banding together and saying this is what's wrong with Deontay Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
He's not mentally fit to be in boxing anymore. He's broken.
Right.
I'm saying, damn. But then Joshua go out in the seventh round. I could have sworn he went in the seventh round.
Mm.
Motherfuckers want to sit up here running up to my, oh, Joshua, he's done. He's retired. He's gone out the sport. He's mentally broken.
Yeah, they want to give him a chance though.
Yeah, they want to give him a chance, like always, man. You know what I'm saying? And build him back up. The motherfucker was quiet as hell during those months he was out, leading up to that rematch.
Exactly.
But man, we ain't talking about that motherfucker. We just talking about the champ back in training. It's good to see him back in training. It's good to see Malik, on the midst, man, going through new drills for the fans. Hopefully those fans that didn't support Deontay Wilder before, I hope you do now. Real talk. I hope you change your mind.
We don't need them.
Yeah, I know you don't. But they're gonna be the same ones. Take. I had you on my panel. Can you just get the champ? I just want to take a picture with him. Tay, come on. I know I was bullshitting during that hiatus, but I'm good now. I mean, if you're gonna have them motherfuckers, can you just give me one bomb squad?
Nope.
Shit.
Nope. And the crazy part about it, I got everything written down. Who said what? On what day and time.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I was still doing my talking, but I was still writing everything down. I got everything, man. And if it do present itself when he do have to talk to media, you know what I'm saying? Shit, they gonna get no more than 5 minutes?
Yeah. They looking for that 78 sport TV time.
Oh yeah.
They can say, oh man, I got an hour.
Nah, if I already, like I said, I already got the list written out for people to come down and get some footage of the camp. You know what I mean? I already got that written out. I got everything done already, man. So it's up for D to say when he want to move.
For sure, man. For sure. That's solid news. He's back in camp. And when the next time he's showing up on 78 shit, man. I know he gonna be on here talk, since the video is out now. When he plan on dropping it.
Like I say, news probably gonna break very, very soon. So once the news break, I'm quite sure he gonna head over there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They gonna reach out to a couple different channels that I got written down myself. So you know what I'm saying? So he definitely gonna be reaching out to a couple people. Shoot, man. Like I said, he ready to rock and roll, man.
That's what's up, man.
We're gonna hear something very, very soon. So definitely.
That's what's up. Hey, those of you that's tuned in, you're gonna hear news very, very soon, man. I know if you over here in this live chat, most of y'all know who I rock with, and a lot of y'all rock with him too. So it's just a positive thing seeing him on the mitts, seeing him working out again in shape, no gut, no nothing. Look like he ready to fight next week, and that's a good sign of discipline. He's disciplined as hell, man.
Yeah. A couple times I've called him, he was working out. So, different times he come here in Atlanta, he was working out. So yeah, he's definitely doing what he's supposed to be doing. Most definitely.
Well, that's what's up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give him a shout out if you ever run into him again, if y'all cross paths. You know what I'm saying? Tell him World Combat Sports. Give him a shout out as always, man. Can't wait for him to make that ring walk again and get his belt back.
For sure.
All right, man. Enjoy yourself, bro. And to the wifey, much blessings and prayers to y'all, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate the gift as well.
For sure, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm out.
I'm out.
That was Tay Jones, man. Golden Warrior, Team Bomb Squad all day. He's actually part of the camp and a boxer himself. So it's good news to know that, potentially we should be hearing some news coming up on Deontay Wilder. It's going to be great, man. It's great to, get that video out. I kind of did another edited version, but I was happy to see the video. Shit, I was happy to see the motherfucking video. But Andrew Charles said a lot of people want to see Ruiz in there with Wilder. I like to see it preferably not too far down the road. That'll be a good fight. So even Deontay Wilder has mentioned Andy Ruiz before. So it may happen. But the one thing I'm gonna be honest about there, Andrew, is that it takes a lot for a fighter to get in that type of shape for one fight. Andy Ruiz is dropping all this weight for Chris Arreola. Is Chris Arreola going to challenge him enough so that he can really put that on display? Like, I would expect him to basically implement a feat like this if he was going into a rematch with Anthony Joshua. That more so to me would be a better reflection in the mirror of him coming back and taking the rematch serious. You know what I'm saying? If he would have dropped all that weight, been in front of the camera, taking all those pictures, people, man, the bednards would have been sick. But he came in there overweight, deconditioned, and went in there and looked slow as a turtle with 2 shells and 3 legs. Now, he's lost all this weight, which he don't like to be slim. So I don't want to prognosticate that he's going to put the weight back on, but he is. He is. I mean, he's going through an extensive weight cut under the guidance of Eddie Reynoso. He's always been a big kid, so I don't see it being long term. I see it being enough for him to go ahead and get this win against Chris Arreola. He's going to put on a little bit more pounds and then fight whoever he want to fight. He's comfortable being a big dude. He said it. He's comfortable. JJ Romano said mentally broken is Ryan and Ammo Williams. Yeah, shout out to Ammo Williams. I said this before in my live that some of the things I've learned with interviewing boxers is that they get punched in the head for a living, and not all these boxers are consistent with how they act as an individual. And I understood that. And I understand that for boxers, they have mood changes, but even deeper than that, some of them are depressed, some of them are damaged, or whatever the case may be. But I really want Ammo Williams to get well. He's coming off that win against Mama's boy Dennis Douglin. I want him to get well. For Ryan Garcia, if he's mentally in a state of depression, well, I want him to get well too. I don't know if that picture was true, but it seemed like he was out on the beach with a female and she looked happy. He looked happy. I don't know. I don't know, because every time Ryan Garcia was in front of the camera, he was smiles and he was doing anything and everything, from Gervonta Davis, shit, to Pac-Man, not want to fight Devin Haney, to freaking whatever else he wanted to put out to the media. I don't know what's going on over there. It might be a conflict between him and De La Hoya. Who knows, man? But they have Canelo Alvarez in that camp. He can't call that youngster over and say what's going on. He knows what's going on. I think it has more so to do with boxing than anything. Ron's trying to get a big money fight, and he know Javier Fortuna ain't it. That's all. He's trying to keep his O. And I'm not being insensitive. It just seems like he's trying to keep his O for a big fight. Because if a fight up here telling you they're only going to be in the sport until they're 26 years old, he don't have long-term intentions. Miss say, man, I'm so sick of Andy Ruiz sucking in his stomach. Yeah, I was trying to tell people, he got that crease in there sucking in his stomach. That's just that's the normality for a side pose, ain't it? Inhale, hold, one more, click, hold, breathe out. Now you can go eat. Shit. I told y'all Ryan didn't follow his clenbuterol rules. They made him shut it down. Damn, they think he on the clenbute stack. You think he was in that good beef? And he might have tested positive for the Javier Fortuna fight? Damn. I know that can't be going on over there. Allegedly. Let me put allegedly on here. I don't want to get flagged. Allegedly. Damn, that'd be fucked up. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you had that Fortuna who fought Robert Easter, Ryan Garcia's in trouble. If we get the Javier Fortuna that fought Robert Easter, Ryan Garcia in trouble. We get that grimy, chest to chest, and not afraid to trade. That vicious Javier Fortuna, Ryan Garcia's in trouble. Javier Fortuna is going to force him to fight on the inside, bro. People been giving Ryan Garcia that space to throw that left hook. No, Javier Fortuna is going to get in close on him. Yes, sir. He's going to get in close and fight him on the inside. That's why I believe Ryan Garcia is his worst. He holds on until the rough breaks. And then he attempts to take advantage of his opponent trying to hurry up, close distance, so he can hit him with the left hook. That's his counter. That's he tried to work, that counter left hook. And that's why Luke Campbell was able to get the timing down and slip it so many times, because he was going to the well with it. He kept on coming up from the well with a damn bucket with a whole lot more water in it than last time. It kept getting slower and slower and slower every time he tried to throw that bitch. Just box. Pop the jab out there. Work your combinations. Oh, man. Jesus. But do y'all believe switching up just a little bit? You got to get below the levels allowed. Yeah, he has to get below the levels allowed. He has to allow that shit to filter out his system. I know Javier Fortuna fucked up, though, man. All these people just fucking him off. He can't get no damn fight. I know he feeling some type of way. But how do you all equate the weekend of June 5th and 6th as far as numbers goes? Do you believe that the people will take advantage of Floyd Mayweather's, cost of PPV and who he's going to have on his card? I heard he's supposed to have Jaleel Hackett making his pro debut. That's going to be good. Jaleel Hackett has a lot of push behind him, especially coming from TMT. It's supposed to be a pretty solid card, man. The main card, the PPV card. And then, the Triller card, you're going to have Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos, of course. But it's going to be some pretty solid individuals on the undercard, too, that they still building up. So who do you think will do more numbers? You know what I'm saying? Triller or Floyd and Logan Paul? Who do you think will do more numbers? It's not a Jeopardy question. I know you're not getting a cash prize for it. I just want to know. I just want to know from a couple of y'all that's in there. Who do you believe will do better numbers on June 5th and 6th for that weekend, that fight weekend? Who would do better numbers? Talk to me. All I want to know is who will do those numbers. Just want to know who's going to do those numbers, though. You know what I'm saying? Is Evander Holy Floyd? So Sir Ken said Floyd. Andrew Charles say Floyd. Damn. So they put it like this though. So if Floyd does better numbers than a unified, undisputed lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez, right? If he does better numbers, in your best in your best assessment, how do you believe Floyd is still able to come back? If that is indeed the case, how is it he's still able to come back and grab the attention whenever he feels like it? When you have younger, solid, rising boxers, rising stars in the sport, why aren't there their brand or their superstar status or their superstardom, in outside the ring? Why isn't they capable of outshining Floyd Mayweather, when he's not around? Why aren't we having these individuals get that firepower like Floyd Mayweather has? Floyd has that crazy firepower, man. When he comes back, everybody wants to know what the fuck he's doing. They so curious on what Floyd Mayweather is doing. If he's able to do this and he does high numbers in Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos, what does that say about the active state of boxing? Why isn't maybe these boxers need to be promoted differently on mainstream TV? I've said this before. You put these boxers on mainstream TV in a commercial or something. You ever notice it's rarely any boxers in a commercial? You trying to tell me a boxer cannot have a commercial about anything dealing with throwing a punch or working out, fitness, whatever, or just standing there at a fitness store buying something that's related to the sport they compete in? That's all. But they're getting airplay. They're getting airtime. And it doesn't have to be the same boxer all the time. You can switch it up. I don't think I've ever seen, that happen. Let's say from a camp, you have your fighters that's from the same stable, from the same school, training gym. We don't see no boxers on TV, bro. We seen Anthony Pettis hit the Wheaties box. I mean, how can Anthony Pettis, a mixed martial artist, hit the Wheaties box? You trying to tell me no other boxer can get on Raisin Bran, motherfucking Sugar Crisp, goddamn Fruit Loops, Apple Bets, Apple Jacks, Honey Oats? You can't brand yourself on anything? I mean, you can't find a boxer to go on any type of food? It's crazy, bro. I don't know, man. I literally watched the Triller card on YouTube. So I gotta go with Floyd and Jake. Mixture of two separate audience. Teo and Kambosos fans are the same. That's true. It is two different audience. YouTube versus, the hardcore boxing fans, so to speak. So, yeah, that's true. But I look at it like, really, how many of those fans that Jake Paul supposedly have are associated with boxing? Like, I really want to see these. I really want to see, because when I was at Triller, I saw a lot of boxers showing Jake Paul love. There was a lot of boxers showing him love. I ain't gonna mention no name, but goddamn it, that mother was getting dapped up, walking in the arena like he was a motherfucking six weight champion, undisputed in 3. Hey Jake, how you doing? Dapping him up. Hip hop artists dapping him up. Man, they was showing that man stupid love over there. People to this day are willing to pay to hope somebody they see him lose. They hoping Floyd lose, and like I said before, man, if Logan Paul hurts or defeat Floyd Mayweather, I don't even like thinking about that shit. Because this other point right now, I start really digging in between what I stay away from. And that is, being conspiracists, just thinking up and plotting and scenario basing outcomes and stuff like that, right? And I don't want to say that Floyd in an exhibition bout will get up here and say, what did my record say? No, hold, what did my record say? Did I lose on my record? No. But he knocked you out, Floyd. Did I lose? What did my record say? 50-0, right? That's all we worried about. Because we know in a real boxing match, I would have beat him up. That's what Floyd would say, man. I think he would say some shit like that. But guess what? We having a rematch. He got lucky. It was his night. And I'll be back better and stronger. Man, get out of here. 2 for 1. Man, if he get a 2 for 1, that means he really don't have to choose his next opponent because he got him. And the next time he's gonna go in there and dust him. A lot of people don't believe that, man. But Floyd is that type of dude. Floyd said, my record, what my record say? No, pull up box rec and tell me what my record say. Now I bet you $1 million right now. You pull up my box rec and it's gonna say 0 losses. Nobody gives a fuck about an exhibition bout. Pull up my box rec and tell me how many losses I got. Think about it. Who is every boxer of this era compared to every young fighter is supposed to be the next who? I know, Andrew, man, you ain't never lied. Isn't that frustrating to hear, though? That is so frustrating, bro. You sit up here and hear people, oh, man, be the next Floyd, the next Floyd, next Floyd. I'm like, damn. But none of these cats really, well, T.O. did. Teofimo did. I give him his props. He did. But a lot of these boxers are not just adamantly denying, say, hey, nothing against the champ. TBE, he did what he had to do. But let me be me. Let me ride this out and grow as my own brand, my own identity. I understand he was one of the best of his era, but y'all comparing every fighter that looks halfway decent. Oh, he's the next Floyd Mayweather. He's the next Floyd Mayweather. Look at the Philly shell. Look how he do the Philly shell. The Mayweather defense. Look at it. No, man, they got to stop that. Stop comparing these cats to Floyd, dog. There was only one Floyd. And then Floyd, for what other people attempted to do and failed, Floyd make it go in there and make it look so simple. But I commend him and what he's been able to achieve over his lifetime as a fighter. I commend him big time because he's living a lifestyle I'll never see. But on the flip side of that, I wish he would pretty much take that earned wealth of his and try to bring up more fighters in his stable to earn wealth too. So he can become a conglomerate. Like he can raise shit up and have fighters that's really coming up out of there investing their money. Not that Mickey Bay. Why another brother like that? What was up with that? 80-20? Why though? It's hard for me to fathom why. What the fuck? Was it that less of a pay? Why you tortured this man? What the fuck happened? Couldn't have been on some Diddy shit. We all know Diddy be on some other foul shit. But why was it like that though? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a brother to another brother. How did that turn out like that? That's all bad, bro. But hey, I posted, 2 new videos that I did for Memphis. I was in Memphis over there, doing some work for several days. Shout out to the twins, the Street of Twins. Shout out to Mike Evans, man. Shout out to TriStar Boxing. It was a pleasure going over there. I've been to Tennessee before, but you know, I was over there getting some work in. I just posted 2 videos, part 1 and part 2. And I appreciate everyone for pulling up again. We're gonna stay close to the situation. Like I said, I'm trying to get Jake Paul on for an interview. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I am talking to some people. He's not really the one that just do interviews with anybody. Believe that shit. And no, I'm not paying for an interview. I'm not paying you for an interview. Period. Let me see. World Tunde stupid ass had a light heavyweight shelling up, rolling punches like Floyd and shit. Man, look, you see the shit what F.A. Jogba did to his opponent, and they acting like that's any different than what Deontay Wilder did to his opponents, like Arthur Spilka, Dominic Brazil, Gerald Washington. I mean, he made a lot of motherfuckers drop like that. Luis Ortiz. The list just goes on and on. F.A. Jabba, you know, signs with Top Rank now, and they give him a statue to go in there and fight. That's what he was, a black statue. And he see a heavy-handed F.A. Jabba moving in, and he stays there, catches the damn right hand with his jawline, and goes out. Okay, what we supposed to see? What was outcome number B and C? He stood there, and F.A. landed a shot flush, easy. It wasn't no type of it wasn't nothing that made it difficult. Nothing. A beeline. The target was right there. And people saying, oh man, F.A. Jabba should fight Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder would destroy F.A. Jabba with his range alone. F.A. Jabba is years, in my opinion. Just like we was talking about Daniel Dubois. Years. These guys, they have the size and everything. Just like I said, Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou switched it up. And he switched up some trainers and he looked much, much better. You know, talking about heavy hitters, right? But F.A. Jogba, he's still a bit robotic to me, and he has a lot of work to do. He better not fuck around and go in there with Jared Anderson and get his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't let that matchup end up crossing roads, because Jared Anderson is climbing the ladder with 2 hands. So don't let that work itself out. They didn't put a gun in Mickey Bay head. I know. Or hang him off the balcony like Vanilla Ice. I know, man. I was just asking. I was just kind of putting a question out there. I was like, damn, bro, how can you be in that, dog? I still don't know the full. I know the story, but shit. That F.A. versus, I don't know his name, Kildaze fight was wild. F.A. was beating the brakes off dude, but then got dropped. Yeah, he's been known to catch, you know, to get dropped because he gets complacent. He just want to stare and watch his work. I don't know, man. He has a ways before he step in there with the bronze bomber for real. Jabbar had that ebony eye. Her shit still hasn't healed. Man, I saw that eye swelling up in between rounds. It just reminds me when Martin was doing his comedy stand-up and he had his palm facing outward from his eye. And then he was talking. He's like, keep on talking. You ain't did shit. You think you swole me up like this? I'm going to stop talking, motherfucker. I'm going to keep talking. Hit me again. Hit me again. Go ahead. I dare you. I swole all up. You can't see out of it. That shit was hilarious, dog. Hey, but anyway. Damn, dog. Man, check out the 2 videos I posted. You know, man, support the young fighters growing up. You never know what the jewels are. Michael Williams Jr. has a fight coming up on May 29th in Gaston, Alabama. The battle formation is formed. It's time to head back into warfare once again. He's competing for his 18th victory, professional victory. You know what I'm saying? Go check out. You know, Michael Williams Jr. will be on deck again next month. May 29th, going down. Oh, again. Then you have a fight card going down this this weekend here in the A. The Cosmetologist, A-Rod, aka Maybach Hot. He's gonna be the main event, I believe. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Mack Truck is gonna be on that card too. If I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong because he was just on the card. I'm not sure. But yeah, shout out to Carlos Jackson. Los, what's good with you, my brother? I know you're trying to get back in the gym too. I mean, you're already in the gym to get back in the ring for that fight. Shout out to Los, man. Brian Norman Jr., the assassin. You know what I'm saying? Coach Mustafa. Them cats is grinding out of there. Tay Jones, he's up in there. Mo Millions. Jakari Scott, aka Mack Truck. Who else up in there? The Lopez brothers, change it. Granite City, training Granite City boxing. Salute to them, man. Just trying to give a shout out to the boxers that's out the ATL that's growing up out of there. That's getting it in, being able to see these cats, come out from Coach Mustafa's boxing gym. And like you said, he had like 5 knockouts just popping off. That's big. They going up here and setting the tone in these local boxing matches. So that's what it is, man. Who else I might have forgot? I want to give a shout out to Trap Francis down in Florida, man. I hope I'm able to interview this guy again. I have twice already. But shout out to Trap Francis, Dominique Trap Francis, man. He is an extremely talented fighter. It's only a matter of time before y'all start seeing him. Shout out to Joshua Grid Jr. You know what it is. Shout out to the Bronze Bomber. Can't wait till you get your title back, bro. Teofimo Lopez, keep doing what you do. Terrence Crawford, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you're going to fight, September. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get the fight that we want to see, but I ain't mentioned that name. Hell no. But, man, boxing is where it is. Oh, I forgot about this Jake Paul shit. Kamaru Usman has said instead of fighting Conor, he'd rather fight Jake Paul in a boxing match. So now you have champions over in mixed martial arts calling out Jake Paul. Isn't that having your cake and eat it too? Having the lack of experience, but yet the limelight, and then have motherfuckers come to you. They're lining up calling you. Jake Paul have people calling him. It's just unfucking believable. They have people calling and reaching out to him. I'll fight you. I'll fight you. From Tyrone Woodley to Kamaru Usman to DC. I mean, god damn, Nate Diaz. It's too many, y'all. Man, Conor Ben. That'll be a good fight, man. Conor Ben, man, he's doing some crazy, he's doing some crazy shit. When he fought Sebastian Formella, I was like, okay, all right, he don't have enough power. But then I remember Sean Porter went the distance from him, he danced around, moved around with him a little bit. But damn, Samuel Vargas got taken out. I mean, I'm not saying it's the first time, but at least he went there and did what he had to do. And now he's talking about Amir Khan. Now he want motherfuckers to get knocked out easy. I don't know what Conor Ben got going on. He act like he going for the glass jaw effect. He going for the glass jaw roster. Hey, Pops, I want the glass jaw roster. Who we got that's in my weight class? You got that guy Khan. All right, good. Amir? Yeah, okay. Let's call him up and see what he's asking. Yeah, man, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. Just go out here and fight some of the best, man. Man, y'all hold it down. It's been a pleasure. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports and stay close. I'm out.